Decimals, multiplication. Rules for multiplying decimals. First, we're going to ignore the decimals. And then we're going to multiply like whole number multiplication. After multiplying, we're going to count the number of decimal place values in both numbers that were multiplied together. And then lastly, we're going to move the decimal in the answer, the number of place values counted in both numbers. So let's go over an example to show this. Example 1. If the price of gas is $2.70 per gallon, how much does 12.5 gallons cost? So we could put either number on the top because they both have 3 digits. So let's go ahead and place this 12.5 on top and then the $2.70 below. Now, we did not care about the decimals because we're not lining them up by decimal place value. We're just lining it up by the number of digits. So the first digit, we have 1 digit here, the second, and then the third. Doesn't matter about the decimals. And then we can begin to multiply. And another reason why I started out with this $2.70 below is we have a 0. So this is going to make it a lot easier to go through. So we have 0 times 5, which is 0. 0 times 2 is 0. 0 times 1 is 0. We're going to do a placeholder of 0, and then we're going to move on to the 7. So we get 7 times 5, which is 35. So we put the 5 below, carry the 3. Let's go ahead and erase these. So we carry the 3. 7 times 2 is 14 plus 3 is 17. So we put the 7 below, carry the 1. 7 times 1 is 7 plus 1 is 8. Now we're going to move on to the 2. So now we need to have 2 zeros as placeholder values. And then we go on to the multiplying the 2 times the 5, which is 10. So we put a 0 below, carry the 1. 2 times 2. I'm just going to erase this so this is clear. This is a 1. Erase that 2. And then 2 times 2 is 4 plus 1 is 5. So, and then we have 2 times 1, which is 2. Now we can go ahead and add all these numbers together. Well, the first one's 0 plus 0 plus 0, so that's 0. 0 plus 5 plus 0 is 5. 0 plus 7 plus 0 is 7. 8 plus 5 is 13, so we put the 3 below, carry the 1. Then we have 1 plus 2, which is 3. Now we need to go back and count the number of place values in both numbers. Well, this one has 1 decimal place value. And the second one has 2 decimal place values. So together, that is equal to 3. So we need to move the decimal over 3 spots. Let's do a different color. So we have it here. We move it over to the left. So we go 1, 2, 3. And we end right there. And so our answer is 33.75. And that's how much 12.5 gallons cost at $2.70. So this is our final answer. Let's do another example. Example 2. If an electrician makes $45.50 per hour and works 6.5 hours one day, what is the total the electrician made? Example 2. If an electrician makes $45.50 per hour and works 6.5 hours one day, what is the total the electrician made? Well, we're going to place the larger number on the top. And we're just going to place the 6.5 our 6.5 below. Notice we ignored the decimals, and now we can go ahead and begin to multiply. So we start off with this 5, and we're going to multiply this 5 times the first number on the far right, and we just move over to the left. So 5 times 0 is 0. 5 times 5 is 25. Place the 5 below, carry the 2. 5 times 5 is 25 plus 2 is 27. Put the 7 below, carry the 2. 5 times 4 is 20 plus 2 is 22. Now, remember we always do a placeholder of 0. Then we can move on to the 6. So 6 times 0 is 0. 6 times 5 is 30. So let's go ahead and just erase these so we don't get confused. So we put the 0 below, carry the 3. 6 times 5 is 30, plus 3 is 33. So we put the 3 below, carry the other 3. 6 times 4 is 24, plus 3, which is 27. Now we can go ahead and add our numbers together. 0 plus 0, 0. 5 plus 0 is 5. 7 plus 0 is 7. 2 plus 3 is 5. 2 plus 7 is 9. And then we have 2. Now we need to count the number of decimal place values. We have 2 decimal place values here and 1 decimal place value here. So together we have 3. Now we need to move our decimal over 3. So we start here, we move it over to the left. 1, 2, 3. And we stop right here. So we end up with $295.75. Now let's do another example. Example 3. Solve the following. We have 4.891 times 2.7. 4.891 times 2.7. So we're going to go ahead and multiply. We didn't care about place value and lining things up. And we don't care about the decimals, so we're just going to start with the 7. And we're going to multiply every number on the top, starting on the far right and working to the left. 1 times 7 is 7. 7 times 9 is 63. We put the 3 below, carry the 6. 7 times 8 is 56, plus 6 is 62. Put the 2 below, carry the 6. 7 times 4 is 28, plus 6 is 34. Then we move on to the 2, but before we start to multiply, we do our 0 for the placeholder. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 9 is 18, so 8 below, carry the 1. 2 times 8 is 16, plus 1 is 17. 7 below, carry the 1. 2 times 4 is 8, plus 1 is 9. Now we can go ahead and add, because we're done multiplying. So 7 plus 0 is 7. 3 plus 2 is 5. 2 plus 8 is 10. Carry the 1. 1 plus 4 is 5 plus 7 is 12. 2 below, carry the 1. 1 plus 3 is 4 plus 9 is 13. Now let's look at how many decimal place values we have in each number. So for this one we have 3. For this one we have 1. We add those together and we get 4 decimal place value. So we're going to take our decimal, move it to the left, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We put our decimal right there. So our number is 13.2057. That would be our solution.